Hello everybody, this is PureOptic again, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 5, and today what I've decided to do is I actually had several things planned. I was going to put it together a enchanting room. I actually started on that and had probably 25 minutes of footage, and then I realized I had built it completely wrong, which made me pretty upset, but I just trashed the video, so I decided to change what I was recording. So now, I'm going to be working on a tree farm. And I actually went exploring and I found one sapling of the seeds that I think are in taiga. The taiga biomes, I don't even know what they're called. But I got one of them and I have been growing them just out here. And the wood is actually pretty nice. I'm trying to experiment with what sizes of trees I need for like how tall I would need the tree farm. And I realize I do have a tree farm right now. It's not nice at all. So I'm thinking about turning that into some other thing that'll probably be my collection point for my mob trap or something. A mob grinder system in there maybe. Something. It's not going to be my tree farm though, because that's not how I want my tree farm looking. I will be working on that a decent amount too. Probably not in this episode, but if the tree farm doesn't take me very long, that's probably very loud, maybe. I don't know. But if this doesn't take me long, then yes, I will go ahead and work on that, figure out exactly what I want to do with it. And for now, I just need a decent amount more of saplings to put in my farm. So I actually started with only one of these, so I'm actually just going off of that and force growing to get more. Plus the only good thing is, well, not the only, but another good thing is I get I get a ton of wood from this. So that'll also help. See, it seems like the most trees I'm getting, no, not like that. That seems to be the normal size tree that I'm getting. So that's pretty good. The question is, how tall is it? Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 6 blocks high, which actually is not high at all because my other tree farm, it's pretty high actually. I don't even know how high I had to dig it, but it took me a while. And can I dig the ones that have 3 blocks out standing on this level? Yeah, so for the most part, I think like 90%, you'll either get 2 or 3 blocks that you can see. I don't even really know how to describe it, but 2 or 3 logs that you can see. Oh, never mind. But like, see on this one you can see 4 logs. Normally you'll have this so you can see 2 and then leaves. Maybe sometimes 3 and 2 leaves, but this one we got 4, and for 4, I'm pretty sure you have to jump up 1 block. Yeah, so whenever you see 4, you need to leave 1 block to get all of the logs out of the tree. So that's that. I'm actually running out of bones, so I'm gonna have to make my mob trap somewhat soon, actually. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Alright, well now we have some flowers to decorate with. Okay, I'm trying to let these leaves decay on their own. See, now that time we have 3, so I can stand on the ground. But I'm trying to let the leaves decay on their own because a lot of people have been talking, saying it gives you more of a chance to get seeds that way. I personally don't have a clue, because I've never sat down to experiment with it. So yeah, this is the normal tree that you seem to get. So yeah, I've never sat down to experiment with the seeds and stuff, but I'm gonna have to soon. Okay, so that's a decent amount of seeds. I'll come back to you guys whenever I start on the actual tree farm. Okay, so I did a little research on the tree growth, spawn rate, and all that stuff, and it turns out leaving the leaves to decay on their own does not matter. You still have a 1 in 16 chance of them spawning, or of a seed dropping. So that's actually pretty good news. That kind of encourages me to just destroy them on my own, because that's actually a lot quicker. So that's pretty helpful. Also, I was wondering what the maximum height was on one of the oak trees, I believe is the name of it. And it turns out the maximum height, or not the maximum, the minimum height that it needs to be is 6. So what that means is if I have a room that is 6 high, and I try to spawn a tree by using bone meal, then it will spawn as long as it's 6 high, and that will give me 4 logs, which works for me. Okay, so there's the staircase, and I'm going to bring this back 1 more block, and that's gonna let all this gravel out. Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. So now, just gonna run back through it with some smooth stone. And then as for up here, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Just completely seal this area off, because I don't want anything from here. This room is basically pointless to me because right there we hit surface. So basically it has no purpose anymore, which is disappointing, but it's not a big deal. It can be easily fixed. Okay, so that's that. We got this entire room fixed. We got this stone brick stairs for my staircase. And that's gonna bug me. Looks like there's light in there almost, but I don't know. Oh well. Okay. So I hollowed out this room, and I figured out what my idea is for this entire place. Like how to get the enchanting room, the potion room, everything I'm going to have in the future. I figured out everything I'm going to want to do. And I figured what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to have everything located down this single hallway. So basically right here will probably be my tree farm. I'm going to have a 2x2 door. Actually, we'll make it 2x3. Okay, so I'm actually going to just use some sticky pistons on this. I don't have any with me, but I will do that later. So I'm just going to make it a piston door. So, alright, so right here is where the actual tree farm will go. And my idea for this is to make it somewhat like Etho's lab did. He actually goes by Etho. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have sandstone on the ground. And I'm not going to copy him exactly, but I am going to be using his design. It's actually not his tree farm, it's his donator room, where he has a tree for each donator. I'm just going to be using that design for my tree farm because it worked very well for him when he made it. And also, one thing I figured out about the trees I'm going to be using is the seed, or the saplings, it does not matter how close they are together. So if you place a tree every other spot, it won't make a difference. They will still grow because they will grow through sapling, or they will grow through grass. Leaves. If there's already leaves where it is planned to grow, it will still grow past them, and if it replaces them with logs, it will. And it also said there was a glitch where if you had torches anywhere near the tree, or fences, or glass, and stairs, then they will be destroyed and replaced with the leaves. So the minimum height of the trees that I'm going to be using are 6 blocks high. That's to give the full effect of the 4 logs growing and the leaves growing, which I think is required for the tree to actually grow. So that means the room I'm going to dig out will have to be 6 blocks high, which won't be very much of a problem it's just going to take me quite a while to dig all out. But I think I can get it done eventually. This isn't going to be an all-time thing like where I do it in one episode. It's probably going to go over several, simply because it's going to be a big project, getting all the seeds for it, getting all the bone meal to grow the trees. I'm going to have to force grow trees for the beginning of it until I can get a few more saplings, but that won't be a problem. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a time lapse of this, because somebody suggested that I don't do anything off camera for the most part. So I'm going to go ahead and hollow this place out, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay, so I finished hollowing out the main part of this. It took not all that long, surprisingly, so we got all that done. So I figure what I'm going to go ahead and do next is work on laying down the sandstone. And actually what I need to go ahead and do is get a crafting table. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make some half slabs real quick out of these. The half slabs are going to be the base of the project. Okay, so basically this entire place is going to be half slabs all through here. And then I think I'm going to start the trees. I'll go ahead and make it like this, and then the dirt will go here. And then sandstone blocks on the outside. Okay, so I'll do the same thing on this side real quick. Alright, so the dirt will go on the other sides, half slabs all through the middle. Alright, so it's going, so hopefully we can get all this done. It is going to be quite expensive for all the sand that we have to use, because I actually went and gathered sand and then turned it into sandstone. And at that rate, you only get 1 sandstone per 4 sand. So it hurt my diamond shovel a lot doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to have to find a different way of getting sand for now. If I can find a desert, I can actually get a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and get the dirt. Okay, so all the dirt is in place, and I forgot that I had some more sand up in my storage chest, so go ahead and lay that down. And actually, I don't need this much sand, but I'm gonna, or dirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have one every 3 blocks. Oops. That's right. Alright, like so. Actually, I shouldn't put this one against the wall. I should put this one here. And dig these out. Okay, so there we go. That's a little bit more organized. That way the tree won't be up against the wall. It'll be better. Oops. Okay. So all the dirt is in place, and I still have my saplings with me, so there. So that's the base of it for now. And in the middles here, we're going to have either glowstone or pumpkins. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I think glowstone because it looks good in this texture pack. But for that, I will have to make a trip to the nether. So till then, it's just going to be sandstone. And as I was saying before, this roof is actually going to have to be raised one more. Simply because the trees are now only 5 blocks high because I've built another layer. So it's going to have to be raised just a little bit so the seeds can actually grow. And I'll have this done and I will come back to you guys. Okay, so now the roof is a little bit higher, so now these trees can hopefully grow. I still have some of my bone meal left over, so I'm going to go ahead and test it real quick, see what happens. And I will be covering up these walls with maybe something else. I was thinking stone bricks, but that would take a while. I don't know, I'll mess around with it, but I am going to extend these out probably 10 to 15 blocks either way, so it's going to be a lot. I'm afraid this one is going to hit the other one I have, and if it does, that's not a big problem. I'll just dig more this way than that way. Alright, so anyway, here is the test. That did not work. This is not good. The last test, oh, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna look some stuff up real quick and see what's wrong with this, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so what I figured out is the trees actually need a certain light limit to grow, which means this light limit is not enough. And I figured out the reason it looks darker is because I had my brightness on 100%, which is bright. So it looks like this place is completely lit up. Looks like these trees should grow just fine. When I turn it down to 50% is where I normally have it. As you can see, the trees aren't very lit up, so what I'm thinking about doing is having a torch in between them like this, and it should still grow. I'm not sure about this. I'm gonna have to do a decent amount of testing with it to figure out how it all works. But also one thing I figured out is just because you use bone meal on a tree does not guarantee it to grow. It just forces an attempt to grow. Which means normally out in the wild it does, but in a cave it's kind of hard. So I will mess around with this for a little bit longer. Probably gather some more sand if I can find it. And I'll get back to you guys. And also check the time on the video. Hey guys, I just thought I'd show you this real quick. I've been searching around for several, I don't even know how long, probably 20 minutes. And look at what I found. This is literally like a plateau. And over there I do believe is a desert. So it's exactly what I wanted, and I've found a ton of sheep over here. It's crazy. So yeah, this is all I wanted to show you, so see ya. Okay, I'm finally back at my base, and I want to show you all the sand that we've earned, and a few extra things actually. So here's all the sand that we got, and down here is all of the wool that I found while scavenging through all there. There's some raw chicken meat, feathers, raw pork chop, almost 20 eggs, almost 20 ink sacks, almost 50 black wool. So yeah, we're doing a lot better now. Now I've kind of stocked up on supplies again. gave me a lot more wool. So now I gotta figure out something to do with wool. Okay, so I think we got everything organized. Alright. Okay, so I raised the level on this one more to see if that would make a difference. And I read up on the article a little bit more, and it said that the tree has several inspections that it needs to go through before it grows. Which means if I use bone meal on it, it will try to force grow it, but it will have to go through the tests, which means will it grow as a large tree or a small tree? That's randomly chosen. So what that means is, since it's randomly chosen, if I right click it with bone meal and it chooses to be a big tree, it doesn't have enough space to grow, which means it will not grow. So what I did is I gave myself 64 bone meal, and now I'm just going to click it and see what happens. Okay, so the bone meal did no difference to the sapling, which means I don't think that makes a difference, but what I do think is it said that the light level above the tree needs to be 8. So what if I have a block right here that puts a torch right next to it? Will that make any difference at all? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to figure out what all needs to be done to the tree before it can finally grow. And I'm not even sure what needs to be done. So yeah, it does not seem to be doing anything, which is kind of disappointing, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on this, figure out what all needs to be done. But one thing I do want to do is right here, fill this in with sandstone, see if that makes a difference. Alright, so that did not make a difference, which is very annoying because I need these trees to grow. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode here because I really don't know what else to do. Well, would you look at that? What timing. Okay, so it does turn out, it did turn out that the tree grew, which means I guess I just can't use bone meal on them. So what I'll do is outside at my house I will just force grow a bunch of these and then get a ton more saplings and keep on digging this path out and making more. And also this path will be dug out and more layers of these will be made. And I figured out what I'm going to want for this side is sandstone again. So that'll be that, and then on the next row out, so like here we have dirt, sandstone, sandstone. Right here, I'll actually show you. Right here will be another dirt spot. And then right through here will be more, I think. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, and then on the inside of this right here will be more half slabs. Basically all through here will be half slabs. So I've got the basic idea down for this, which is good. Hopefully I can stick with this, and hope this is enough light level. And again, these blocks here, all of these will be replaced with, I'm thinking glowstone. So I'll do that, fix up the walls, but I can't fix up the walls yet because I'm going to keep digging them out, so I'll have to do that afterwards. So yeah, I think that's just going to be it for this. We finally got a tree to grow, which is very helpful. And this one gave me 5 logs instead of the 4 that I was expecting. That's even better than I was actually expecting it to give me, so I think this tree farm will work out. And the whole use for this tree farm is simply so I don't have to go out and plant a ton of saplings everywhere and mess up the look of my home. This way everything's just, it's right here in my house, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so again, this is it. If you like, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I have another question for you guys about the time lapses that I've been doing on these. A lot of people say they like seeing me do everything, but I know a lot of people like Ethos Lab and other people. What they do is they record everything and they just show a few 2 or 3 second clips of each. They don't show much. I was wondering, do you guys like the time lapses that I do? There is actually one on this video, so tell me what you think. If you like it, please tell me. If you don't, please tell me. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's not very much of a trouble for me to make them, simply because I just add in the clips, edit them, make them faster, and then we're done. But the thing is, I can only make them 4 times the original speed because Sony Vegas won't let me go any further. But if you do like them, please tell me. If you don't, please tell me, because I have no idea what you guys like or don't like, so I'd like to hear your honest opinion about it. If you like it, if you don't, okay, it's just, I need to know what I can do to improve myself as a video maker. So yeah, with that said, I will end this video. So I will see you guys next time.